Welcome back to the press room today. I'm your host, Cooper Shepard, joined by my co-host, Colby Bethay, and we've got a new co-host in the house, longtime listener, probably top 3 supporter of the pod, Brooks Whiteman, joining us today. Got a lot to talk about today. Before we get into it, Colby, I'll start with you. What is on your mind today?
I believe that I picked Oregon as a lock last week for that thumping they put on our little brother up in Stillwater.
Yep.
That was awesome. Watch that game.
It's insane.
I didn't even want to turn it off. I enjoyed every second of it. And then the 2 late pick sixes, cherries on top. I mean that one made my heart happy.
We will get into that game. Brooks, I'll go to you. Welcome to the pod.
Yo, how's it going?
What is on your mind today?
On my mind is my Oklahoma Sooners in Norman taking down the Wolverines. I mean, that was it. The score doesn't indicate how much of a beatdown it was. OU really put on a show to the nation of who they are this year, and I think it's just a great thing for the Sooners as a whole.
All right, well, that gets us into our first topic of the game. Obviously, a lot of build-up for the game. Everybody talking about Bryce Underwood. It's college game day. A lot of buzz around campus. People excited. Y'all got the big dub. I'll kind of let you guys, as the Sooners fans, Brooks as a Sooner insider, carry this segment of the pod. But what did y'all see? What did y'all like that you saw? What do you guys need to clean up? Give us what you liked and.
Yeah, kind of to start, the defense really set the tone there after our offense initially came out and was kind of slow. But once we got that touchdown by Mateer, initially I was really impressed. The pressure that we had on Bryce Underwood was insane. The corners, the defensive line is probably the best in the country, top 3 at least. When you have corners like Cortland Guillory and you have Bowen and you have the back end like that, it's really going to make it tough for teams to run and move on to the pass in that situation. But yeah, it was a crazy atmosphere. You had people screaming every down when OU's on defense, every single down. It was the loudest I've ever seen it. I've been going to games since me and Colby were probably 8 years old, going to Ball State game.
Dude, oh my gosh.
What do you think about it, Colby? What do you think about that win?
It was good. I was hearing the people. How early did you get into the stadium?
I got in around probably 5:30, 30 minutes before game time.
I said a lot of people were saying that that's the loudest they've ever heard it before the game. So it seemed like people were ready to go. The kid made the kick on college game day. That was I think that set the tone real early in the day. To watch some kid hit 200 grand. Lefty too. I mean, that was awesome. But no, the OU defense suffocated him. 8 of 23 passing. Absolute lockdown. I mean, Andy's a true freshman. We're a tough environment. He really didn't look too bad because they have Costco employees at wide receiver. They had that one dude that mossed. I can't remember who. Someone got mossed on our team. But other than that, they couldn't throw the ball for anything. It was, like Brooks said, it was, the score doesn't really indicate how much of it was a good whooping. It was a thorough, take him out back and just beat him.
It was a dominant victory, and then, you see there's 3 key plays where Michigan scored their points. We had a muffed punt. They got 3 points off that. The initial halftime touchdown, by I think his name's Haynes, and he ran it 60 yards. That was probably the fastest run I've seen at a game. And then we had another. I can't remember exactly what happened, but they got 3 points off that. It might have been the interception or something like that. But I know we had another muffed punt or something. It was the muffed punt. But it was a great game.
Okay, question for both of you guys, and either one of y'all can go first. Does this game, granted how good we might think Michigan is, how bad they are, we don't really know at this point, but does this game make you guys think that OU is a SEC/playoff contender, or is that a little too far at this point?
In our first episode when I did my season predictions, I did have us beating Michigan in all three scenarios. I thought if Brent loses to Michigan, it was going to look real ugly. But I don't want to get too optimistic. But I think, like Brooke said, top D line in the country. Team
So
looks real
so
good
good
right now.
good win, but keep it moving.
Yeah, I wouldn't go too far to say. I wouldn't go too far to say that they're a national championship contender, maybe on the brink of a playoffs for sure. It's just the schedule is daunting.
It's a lot of football to be played.
Yeah, a lot of football to be played. There's a lot of things that can happen, but they definitely are an SEC contender. But I think it's more likely that they probably are maybe a brink of a playoff team. I don't think they're not good enough to win a national championship at this point, but we have to see more of their work and see if we got a lot of young guys, especially on like the corner I was talking about, Cortland Guillory, freshman, and then we got a left tackle, Niguebu, I think. But yeah, he's a freshman left tackle, and he was amazing. But going on that, yeah, I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're national championship there yet at all.
Okay, one more question as far as OU goes, and this is regarding John Mateer. Obviously, after these early games, he's getting people are talking about him as a Heisman hopeful, a Heisman contender. Is he really that guy? I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about his inaccuracy. He's an interception machine. I wouldn't go as far to say that, but that's just what I'm seeing. Is John Mateer that guy, or is it too early to say?
I would say it's too early to say because of the competition that we play. I mean, Illinois State wasn't a good team at all. I mean, Michigan, he looked good. Him running the ball 19 times, that's a little scary moving forward, especially in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you would say that Michigan's probably they're like a top to mid tier Big Ten team this year, probably not going to contend in the Big Ten. I mean, I don't know, 19 times running the ball. I don't know if we can sustain that, and so we are going to have to see him lock in and really start pinpointing some of his throws. But I think he looks good out the gate. I was a lot more. I was surprised. I didn't think we were going to be getting this out of him this early, and I didn't watch enough film on him. I didn't think he was. I mean, he's a dog. 19 rushes. He's a dog.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be as good as this, but he is as good as advertised. He's the best. He's the best quarterback in the nation to me right now. Although we haven't seen him, maybe play the highest level of competition, but the sheer talent that I've seen from the 2 weeks that I went to the game, he's a game changer. He's one of those dudes like Baker Mayfield, even though they both went to OU, but that's not relation. The way they play, the moxie they have. I think he's really kind of had to carry the load more because the run game has been not good. Our freshman running back was probably our best running back, Torrey Blaylock, but Jay Knott's really got to get back on the horse. He wasn't there for all spring camp. Javante Barnes, he's been getting a good amount of carries because he has been kind of the dude that's been there all camp, working hard, really good at pass blocking. So I think John Mateer, I think he's a great quarterback, and I think he's definitely the dude for this year, and I don't think we should have any doubts of him now. He's a gunslinger. He's going to throw some picks, but he's going to make some game-changing plays.
One thing that I've kind of noticed, and I haven't watched every quarter of OU football this year, but the OU that I have watched, I've kind of noticed that he takes some risky throws.
He does.
Is that something that you would want to see continued in these big SEC games, or do you think kind of need to dial it back a little bit, not take as much risk? If it's a 3-score game in your late third quarter, are you wanting him to take those shots with the chance of, it might be a momentum-changing pick and go the other way?
Yeah, I understand that, especially from being an OU fan forever. We kind of really couldn't afford those risks. I think now you definitely can't afford those risks. When you have a defense that is top 10 in the country, I think it really changes how you outlook as an offense of gunslinging the ball. And I think we don't miss a step when the defense does have to run out on the field after an interception. They go out and do their job, and then they get the ball back to the offense. So to answer your question, yeah, I think it is okay that we have a guy that's going to mess up and throw some interceptions sometimes because he is such a playmaker, and our defense can back him up. So
just continue the aggression and let it play out.
Well, like you said with the running backs, we do need to get the running back room figured out. I love DeMarco Murray as a player. I don't think he's that good of a coach. I've heard that he doesn't always get along with the running backs, some of the running backs. But we really have to figure out the running back room. Javonte Barnes, I'd say, I don't like playing freshman running backs at the gate. I'd like to redshirt them and get them a year in and let them, especially in the SEC, get ready to take on like all those hits. This kid was sitting in math class last year. I'm not saying like he's not fit to be on the field. Clearly he is. But I don't know. But it's also, we can still redshirt him. But it is a little scary seeing like our freshmen be our best back. But it's also promising to be like, all right, well, at least we went, recruited, and paid the right guy.
2 more OU topics I want to cover. First being, I have some questions about Jaden Knott because whenever I saw that he was transferring to OU, I was like, oh, this guy's he was a Pac-12 leading rusher one year. He's all Pac-12 first-team running back one year. Like, I was like, oh, wow, is he going to start for OU? We haven't even seen him. I know he was potentially hurt like 2 weeks ago, and then we just haven't seen much from him. Is he going to get a bigger role? Is he kind of just going to, get 5 carries a game? Like, what's the deal with Jaden Knott?
He was really talented. Obviously, he was coming off injury out of Cal, and then also he got like a shoulder injury lately. That's what's been really going on with him. But I think he's really new to the offense. He wasn't here all spring camp. So I think it's kind of learning the offense and getting back to what he was before. I think he'll get back onto that horse, but I don't think it's going to be till maybe after Auburn to where he probably finds his stride and is getting over 10 carries. We'll have to see with Temple this week of what they're going to do with him, but I wouldn't expect too much out of these next 2 weeks out of him just from the body of work that he's put so far and how they've really been running the carries and giving carries to each person. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And Colby, I want to ask you this because we talked about Jaren Kanak a little bit before the season started. You definitely expressed your worries about him, being a keyboard warrior. You better put the product on the field, buddy.
He looks good.
What's your takeaway so far?
The one-handed catch was great. And then he turned around and was that the first game that he had the fumble? He just had like a 50-yard catch, and then he turned around and fumbled it. I was like, yeah, that's Jaren Kanak. He really stepped up the Michigan game. It's going to be interesting. Like I love his physicality, blocking. Obviously, when a middle linebacker's coming at you, he's probably going to hit you a little bit differently than like someone like Mark Andrews in the past, more of like a receiving tight end that OU's had. He looks good. I'm excited for him. Ben Arbuckle is wearing his hat with his weenie dog, so I was like, dude, I'm stoked. Hey, as long as Jaren Kanak's rolling, team seems to be rolling. He's definitely, you can definitely tell like a glue guy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like being around him in the locker room. Clearly, he's funny, but hey, he backs it up. So hey, dude, do it.
Yeah, Jared Kanak, he's legit. He's an athlete. I was saying earlier. So I just learned this the past couple days, but he was going to go to Clemson. But he followed Brent Venables to Oklahoma. He was an athlete in college, but he did play a lot like quarterback. He was one of those guys where you just throw him everywhere. But yeah, obviously linebacker didn't work out. We got a lot of good players at linebacker, so it really didn't work out. But he is way more natural at tight end. You see him making plays. He's, how he said he's a glue guy. You got him wearing the freaking Wolverine things. And he's just one of those dudes that he's legit, and I think he's one of those guys like Drake Stoops and Danny Stutzman. That's gonna be like a lifelong.
I was gonna say it kind of seems like he's taken over the Danny Stutzman like Oklahoma, or like he's the guy that like people are looking at.
Yeah, he's kind of that X factor, that person that people maybe not the best player on the team. He could be at maybe by the end of the year, but he's definitely that guy for sure.
I will say I was very skeptical of him being listed as a tight end 1 because, didn't look great at linebacker. He's kind of small for a tight end as far as height-wise. And I was like, no way. This guy's our starting tight end. It's the SEC. Come on. He's proved me wrong. He's looked good. We'll see what the season holds for him.
He's fast. I don't know. It seems like defense. Like it just seemed like the game was moving too quick for him. But no, he moves well. Like I don't know. Like I mean, obviously you don't want to say he just reminds me of like Travis Kelce. Like he's real good in working in space. Like I don't know. It's fun. It's been fun watching him run around.
He is leading the SEC, or I mean the nation, in tight end receiving yards.
Good.
By the way, so.
Put in a lot of work.
Yeah,
Joe John Finley. We'll keep him for another year. Joe John can stay.
Alrighty, next topic I want to get into is Oklahoma State Pokes traveling to Eugene, Oregon, getting absolutely slaughtered. Both of us took a lock. We were kind of skeptical of 28.5. Is there a sneaky cover by Oklahoma State? Not a shot. Blown out of the water. Trip to Eugene. Trip back was probably awful. If you're Mike Gundy, what do you say to the boys in the locker room after that game?
I think you say, well, that's just a $40 million team, and, we just can't compete with guys like Phil Knight, like guys that wasn't even on the field tonight. Like, we don't want to worry about that. Did you see what his son posted on Twitter, I think post-game?
I did not.
He called out all of the OSU fans. The tweet's been deleted. I didn't. I just read about it. I didn't see the full tweet, but he was just telling OSU fans that Mike Gundy is OSU. That the program would be nowhere near what it is without Mike Gundy, and that when anyone thinks about OSU, they think about Mike Gundy.
I mean, that may not be wrong, but like, what? What is okay?
Going off of what you said earlier, I was saying, but I watched their first game against UT Martin. I went to SWASU, so our old kicker or our old punter was playing for UT Martin. If that tells you anything, they won by 20 points against UT Martin, and the game was close. That's the worst Oklahoma State team I've ever seen in my entire life. They've been pretty decent, since we were younger. That's the worst Oklahoma State team I've ever seen. I said they're losing by 40 points against Oregon. They lost by 60. That's the worst team I've ever seen. And then you got his son how you were saying, talking on Twitter. Like, okay, guy, Kale, like, we know, or what's his name? What's the son's name? Whatever. I don't remember his name, but we know that Mike Gundy is OSU. You don't have to go tell people that. People want to stick because they're losing games. And that's what's going to happen to any team that loses games when y'all are usually good. I mean, that's what happens to any coach in America on a high volume, like high big team. So,
how would you feel as an Oklahoma State fan traveling up to Eugene, Oregon? And there was a 4th and 3, and I think it was like this first quarter, second. It was 17-3. That was the closest they had ever been. They're like, you have to go for it. And he punts the ball on 4th and 3. I just, if I traveled all the way up to Eugene, freaking Oregon, and we're getting
I'm not doing that.
Whooped. I mean, like, beaten, like,
it's
you
Oregon.
stole something from someone. It was brought a smile to my face. I just knew that all the Oklahoma State Goonies, they had probably turned off the television. I would have turned off the
best
television.
thing they can do is start living vicariously through Oklahoma fans, because they're a joke. And they're going to be a joke. I don't see their recruiting getting any better, and I don't know what they're going to do, because they have to – it can't just be like how it used to be. I mean, you can't lose to 60 to Oregon. I mean, I understand Oregon's a premier program now, but –
Bro, that was like an FCS product on the field.
It was – they're terrible. I watched them play against an FCS team, and they couldn't run the ball. UT Martin was getting 6 yards a pop against them. It was unreal.
Okay, so as like in Stillwater, do you think there's any like does anybody want Mike Gundy to get fired? Will he ever, what does he have to do to get fired?
Well, he told all their fans at the end of last season they were all poor. So I guess you can call your fan base poor. You can win 3 games. You can win 0 games and lose by 60. I mean, He might die on the sideline at Oklahoma State. No, they need to fire him. He won't get fired in the middle of the season. That just won't happen to a guy. You do have to respect his past and what he has done for the program. You don't embarrass him on his way out. But no, he's gone. It's not getting turned around. I mean, unless God comes out of the sky and blesses the entire team with athletic ability. I mean, dude, they're terrible. They were slower at every single position, just getting manhandled. Like you said, at FCS, it was like watching a high school team. You were like, oh, is this real? I texted my buddies. I was like, hey, is this the real game or am I on the wrong channel? Dude, I mean, it was 69-3. It's embarrassing. I should be ashamed of them.
I just couldn't imagine going to Eugene just to get slapped around like that. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
It's the most pathetic thing that's probably happened in a while for Oklahoma State sports, and it's just gonna be tough for them to recover, especially with just Mike Gundy being so outspoken. I don't think he's gonna get fired this year, but I think if there were to be a departure of Mike Gundy, he'd leave on his own. And I don't think they would go out and fire him.
So even if they go 4-8 this year, which is very, very possible,
it's possible.
It's most likely he'll get fired. You don't think he'll get fired after that?
Dude, he's royalty there. I mean, it's I watched that documentary about the Cowboys. Their old coach, he was royalty there. They didn't want to fire him when they were terrible.
How long do you let royalty take you to below 500 seasons?
With what he's done for the program, you got to give him a leash, because it's just you don't want to leave on bad terms with him, especially since he's such a decorated coach, and he stayed there when he could have went to other programs. Yeah. I mean, y'all remember that? After, I don't know if it was right after they beat OU in 2023, but he could have went to other places and he stayed there. So I think they definitely have to pay some respect. Obviously, they can get mad that they're losing games, but let's not be dire. That dude is y'all's program. I don't think he should be going out and telling people that he is, or his son should be. I think that should just be known, and I think they should work towards a better for Oklahoma State. The better. They're not gonna. I don't think they should fire him.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we'll. Anything else from that game that y'all want to cover?
I don't think so. But about the coaching, you would just hope that he would just go to the school and say, "Hey guys, I don't think I'm the guy anymore." You would hope that he would just step down. That way everyone can sing Kumbaya and hold hands, and he can still come back to the stadium. But
was this loss versus Oregon his worst loss at Oklahoma State?
Worst loss in program history is what they said.
Wow.
New record
lows.
Wow. And sun's not getting any brighter.
If you're an Oklahoma State fan, I am deeply sorry.
Boone Pickens is dead, so there's no money. Mike Gundy already took a pay cut. Goodness. I mean,
yeah. All right, let's move on to quickly USF versus Florida. I kind of want to get your. Obviously, I've been hyping up USF before the season started. I played with them on my dynasty last year. Became a Byron Brown fan. Was showing you his highlight tape. And they go into Florida and beat them, and they are now looking like the group of 4 leader for that playoff spot. We'll see what happens this week, but is USF that good, or is Florida just very mid? What do we think about UCF? USF, I apologize.
They're an interesting team. I mean, you love a Cinderella story. You just hope they can not go get blown out by Miami. But I know it's been entertaining to watch that dude. I mean, he wants to lay the boomstick on people. He wants to run you over. If it's the sideline or you, he's going to run you over. He's going to do it 10 times out of 10. But, I don't know. Billy Napier, so I watched that SEC documentary. He doesn't really get me fired up. And it doesn't seem that he gets the troops rallied. I don't know. I mean, that's it. I don't know which losses. I mean, obviously the OSU loss is probably worse. I don't know, if I was a fan of either team, Florida, we just lost to USF at home. Especially the way it was, 16-18?
Yeah.
What was going on? Was it? I didn't watch the game. I just like checked the box score, but no, it was crazy. And then that girl, the reporter. Did you see the report of the AP poll voter chick that moved Florida up and said, well, it basically doesn't matter because there's so many voters. So I wanted to move Florida up after
Oh
losing
my
at home.
goodness.
It's a real lady out there. I forget her name, but did you see about that?
I did see about that. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. But I don't USF beating Florida. It is really surprising because Florida is they're hyped every year, but Florida fans are pissed. I mean, this was definitely their year that they thought that they had that they're gonna have fun and like do all the things, but it got shut down quick, and it's not over for them. They can still they have a path. They have teams where they can beat and really turn the season around, like they did last year. But let's also respect USF. They win the game and they're top 20 in the country, and then now Florida's unranked. Does that say that Florida's terrible? No, but it might say that USF's good. I just don't understand the rankings of throwing Florida out of the rankings when they're going to be in the rankings at the end of they're going to be in the top 25. So that's what I'm kind of pissed about that game. But, I mean, hell of a team, USF. I want to learn more about that team because if you're going into the swamp and you're getting wins like that, you're definitely going to have your case for being the group of 5 to make it into the playoff.
Yeah. Now, side note, I do want to say the reason I'm like kind of a USF fan is because their head coach is Alex Golish, who was the OC at Tennessee Hendon Hooker's year whenever we went insane. And then he left and went there, so I'm kind of like, I'm rooting for USF. They play Miami this week. We'll talk about that later in the pod. Last game I wanted to cover, which I know nobody probably here cares, but Tennessee beat ETSU at Neyland by 100. My Joey Aguilar Heisman campaign is going to continue. Hopefully it continues after this week when we play Georgia. But dude played first half, still had more passing yards than Nico did, like at all last year. He's looking great. His mom was crying in the stands when he ran out of the tee. Just love to see it.
I did see that.
He's representing Tennessee well. We're gonna see what happens this week whenever we play a real defense, and we'll see if my Heisman campaign continues. But not too much to talk about that game, ETSU. I am very curious after watching that game. ETSU is like pretty equal to Oklahoma State. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see. I would like to see Tennessee play Oklahoma State. I would like to see a Bedlam as well. That would be really fun.
Like who's your best playmakers?
Our receiver, we have like a 3 running back committee rooms, 3 running backs, and they're all dogs.
That's exciting.
We have 2 top 20 corners in the country, and then some decent receivers. Nope, there's nobody that's like, oh, that dude's a first rounder. Like, there's no.
Just got a good team, though.
Yeah.
Does he throw the ball like deep? I guess like where's he getting all?
Yeah, we have a lot of like 10 to 12 yard
Josh
passing
Heupel
plays.
loves bubble screens. You'll see about 5
Yeah.
bubble screens every Josh Heupel game.
Yeah, no, it does get a little too much at some points because it's like, all right, well, it's like 3rd and 8, and like,
Guess what?
if I'm a defensive coordinator, like I'm literally calling a play to stop that. But we'll see what happens. We haven't played anybody like legit yet, so we'll talk about that Georgia game in a few. Let's get into the previews of this week. OU at Temple, which is kind of weird to me, but going to Philly to play Temple. Brooks said before the pod, it's a trap game. I've kind of seen that a little bit. You guys should be confident. How confident are you? No way it's a trap game. Like, what are your expectations for this game?
I'm not buying it. I think we're gonna dog walk these fools. I mean, we're gonna beat them like the bad stepchild. No, I mean, Temple, like, oh, they're 2-0. We have a cool head coach. Great, like whoop-de freaking do, dude. Like you're gonna get, dude. It's gonna be bad. I would right now. I think my score prediction's like 45-10. I do think they're gonna try to like make it look not as bad and definitely trying to run it up on the JV OU team that goes out and plays in the 4th quarter. But no, I'm expecting a thorough ass whooping. But the only thing I do want to see is run the ball with the running backs. I don't care if it looks awful. Then get the new one in. But there's too many running backs at least we just need to like start figuring out who deserves the ball, who doesn't.
Yeah.
I think we need to see Jay Knott carry it 15 times, and I don't. And if he's awful, then dude, hey, we sat Jackson Arnold $1.2 million. I think Jay Knott, I think he was over half a million. We'll sit you two, dude. Yeah. No problem sitting the money at OU.
Yeah.
But no, you definitely have to get dudes like Xavier Robinson some look. But Javante Barnes, he's probably my favorite back. But I think just because he's been with the team for so long. But he's also, I mean, like, I don't know how great he is. But we're gonna Temple, great team to get ready for Auburn to see what you actually have after beating Michigan. I do expect it to be rough in the first quarter with like some hangover, but no, I expect 50.
All right, Brooks. What are your expectations for this game, and what do you need to see out of this game to continue the confidence in the Sooners?
With OU versus Temple, I do think it's a trap game, but that doesn't mean they're not going to win by a good amount of points. But I do see, Temple's pissed off that one of the OU reporters was saying that it's going to be there's going to be a small turnout for the game, so they got mad about that. Temple's posting Baker Mayfield's mugshot photo. So I think the players are pissed now, and I think it's going to be a good game. I think both teams are going to come out hot. But I do think OU covers that 21.5 spread. But I do think it's going to be, how Colby said, a dogfight probably in that first half. But I think it's going to be a tough game. Like how Colby was saying, their coach is big time. 2 championships in the FCS level on South Dakota State and Sam Houston State. So those aren't easy to come by when you have those top dogs, especially in that FCS level. So they've kind of turned the program around. There's some hype in Philly for them. I didn't know they were in Philly, by the way. I
didn't either. I looked that up yesterday.
I literally looked that up yesterday, and I was like, dang, I really don't know ball for that. But I think OU's going to look great. I think they're going to come out hot. I think all the young guys are really going to it's going to be a good practice to go on the road, not play at 6 p.m. at home. Go on the road, go play an early game, and go get some good reps against a good team that is on the up and up, and go play a good quarterback, go play some good receivers. They got a really twitchy running back. Their defense is pretty good. It's going to give OU a bunch of different looks, kind of like how Michigan did, but a more spread out look. They're running a multiple defense, so we'll kind of see what their turnout is. I heard Teddy Lehman, Gabe Eichert talking about they might show probably a more 3 down lineman look. So we'll kind of see how OU's offense responds to that with the rushing attack and the passing attack.
This sounds to me like it should be a game where y'all go to Philly, get the win, grab a Philly cheesesteak, head back to Norman, move on to Auburn.
I'm upset that the Eagles aren't playing closer, because I wanted to see Lane Johnson kick it with the team. At least like some sort of like because I don't know when we scheduled Michigan. I'd be curious to know when we scheduled Michigan to find out who's the head coach, if like we had like Jalen Hurts still there. Cause I thought it was pretty recent that we scheduled Michigan, like maybe like post-COVID.
Was it? I thought it was like recent, like as of. Was it before y'all were in the SEC?
I'd have to look it up, but
Was it when Oklahoma State didn't want to schedule us? I don't know, because OSU didn't want to schedule OU because they were pissed off about leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got Michigan in for that, because it was recently, but I'm not entirely sure, because usually we have a late kind of bad game. That second weekend in the SEC in November. So I don't know if that's where they just moved this game up, like a non-conference game up, or what. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that.
Any info, Colby?
No.
All right. Oh well.
Move on.
But yeah, should be a win. Score prediction, both y'all. Score prediction for the game.
52-17. Dude, I was close last week. I was real close. It's at 13-28, I think.
52-17. Okay. Brooks, what do you got? Score prediction?
For this week, OU versus Temple, I got the score prediction at. I'd probably say 49-14 is what I would say. Pretty basic score there, but I mean, that's what I think. I think it'll be a close first half, but yeah, I mean, and then the Michigan game, I think I said 21, 21, 10. You know, the game finished pretty close to that. So
49, no field goals, only touchdowns.
Their quarterback's kind of a dog though. He 9 touchdowns, no picks on like 77 completion rate, so that'll be interesting.
9 tutties through 2 games.
But I mean, they played Popcorn State. And
Yeah.
beat them up high, so.
Yeah.
No, I mean it'll be cool though. There will be 0 fans there though. They're not selling Upper Bowl tickets at all. Like the Upper Bowl's not closed, and you can walk into the door. I think yesterday it was like $49.
Sounds a little high.
I mean, I think they just. Well, OU's going to travel well. I definitely think it's going to feel like a bowl game.
What does OU's going to travel well mean? How many OU fans are from Oklahoma or I guess surrounding region are
15,
actually going to go to Philly?
I'd say 15,000, 15 to 20,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we also have OU players there. Like people love Jalen Hurts. People love Lane Johnson. Grant Calcaterra's kind of counts, but I don't know. I think OU's going to travel real well.
I'm looking up the Temple Stadium capacity right now because there's no way 15,000 Temple fans show up.
So they're playing.
Their stadium holds 20,000 people.
So they're not playing there. They're playing at the Eagles Stadium.
Oh, okay. I was not aware.
Yeah, they're not. Colby was saying they're not selling Upper Bowl tickets, but I did hear that there's about 10 to 15,000 OU fans probably going to go. But I mean, Temple showed out. I think it will. It won't be full, or it won't look like an NFL game.
That makes a lot more.
Like a decent,
that makes a lot more sense. I didn't even know it was at the Eagle Stadium. I thought they were literally going to Temple, and I was like, why? Okay.
No, I mean it's probably. I mean, it was definitely like my family talked about going. It was definitely the best away city that we would travel to.
Yeah.
And other than OU Texas, who doesn't want to go to the fair, but no, I mean like Philly, go to the Link. And you can go to a game and you don't have to fist fight Eagles fans before and after the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who doesn't want to go? I mean, I wanted to go, but I didn't want to drive or fly.
Yeah. All right. Next game I want to get into, Georgia at Tennessee, college game day. And I'll talk a lot about this, but I want to get y'all's opinions as well. College game day, our biggest game of the year thus far, could end up being our biggest game of the year once it's all said and done. I still don't know what to think right now. Georgia's favored by 4.5. I haven't watched a quarter of Georgia football this year, so I honestly don't know much about them. Obviously, it's Georgia. We know, what they've done the past 10 years. But I'm hyped. It's a 2:30 game. I don't know what I'm going to be doing all morning yet, but I'm going to be locked in by 2:30. I'm excited for the game. Joey Aguilar is going to continue his Heisman campaign. He's going to beat Georgia. I'll talk about that more in my locks of the week, but I want to get y'all's opinions on, where you guys think Georgia is as a program, and if this is like a very, very possible win for Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Georgia is definitely. They've kind of fell out of the conversation for national championship. I don't know why.
Yeah,
they're easily. To me, it's them and Ohio State right now But going off of that, yeah, Tennessee versus Georgia, I think it's going to be a great game. I'll talk more about it of my prediction and the locks, but I think it's going to be a great game, and I think Tennessee's got a team that can definitely compete going into that fourth quarter, and we're going to have to see what Tennessee is in that fourth quarter versus Georgia to get a win.
Yeah, and obviously I've watched all Tennessee's every single minute, even against TSU. I've watched every single minute of Tennessee football this year. You still really don't know what we are as a team. We've played Syracuse and then ETSU. Obviously, Georgia coming to town, I'm expecting an elite defense. That's what Georgia is. Gunnar Stockton's a quarterback. I don't know a ton about him, but I think he's looked pretty decent in their games they played. I don't think they played anybody crazy, but I'll give my predictions in the locks. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to see what Joey Aguilar is really made of. This is where we're going to see if he's an SEC quarterback. What did we win the Nico trade? That's what we're gonna find out this week.
Dude, it's gonna be a big game for you guys. I'm fired up for it. I hopefully by that point I'm not watching the E game anymore because it's 1,000-0. You know, because I love the game day games. It's like, especially whenever they do like the pre-game, like intro, like that stuff, like gets like the spines down the chills down my back. But I know it's awesome. You guys are saying you'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it now. I think y'all are gonna win.
Let's
I don't
go.
like Georgia. I'm not too sold on their quarterback. I mean, he's new, not to the program. He's been there 2 or 3 years, but
First year starter, yeah.
yeah, it's not real sold on it. And they haven't played a road game yet, have they?
I'm honestly not sure.
I would imagine not. I mean,
Yeah,
I think they played
yeah.
Grambling State.
Yeah, probably not.
House State. They played nobody U, but no.
What's your
I also love Joey Aguilar though. My dynasty, he was my quarterback 4 national championships with App State. I think Joey Aguilar is a certified baller, but I'm excited to watch him against some real competition.
What's your score prediction for this game?
The 77 points you guys put up last week, I like that. Now I wouldn't go that high.
I hope not.
Yeah, but I like that. I mean, you were saying like Georgia's gonna have that elite defense they always bring, but I mean, I think you guys put up like 41, and I don't think that's crazy to say. I think Josh Heupel learned from last year. I mean, obviously we thought Nico was not that great, but I think he played a lot of games conservative. A lot of games conservative, but I think this is a game where you go get your lick back. You go beat Georgia.
That's what I'm hoping for.
But 41-27.
That's crazy.
Dude, I love points.
I do too, and I'm a confident Tennessee fan, but like I don't even know if I would go that far. I was thinking more of like a 27 27-21 type game.
I like the over in the game.
What's the number? I don't even remember.
I think
45.
I think the line's 3.5. So
Yeah.
it's Georgia 3.5.
Yeah, I think it's 4.5 now.
It's moved.
Yeah, it's 4.5.
Wow.
What's the over under?
50.
Is it 4.5 right now or 3.5?
4.5.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll talk more about it in the locks, but I think that is a high point total. But it's definitely possible. I mean, we've seen it last year with Alabama and Georgia doing the same thing when they had to fight back and claw and get back into the game. So.
It is 2 good defenses. Tennessee's got a great defense as well. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll see. Another game I want to cover, just because we were talking about USF a little bit, and they've made a name for themselves. They go to Miami this week. 2 back-to-back tough road games. Obviously, they got the win in the Swamp. I think we all know Miami's probably better than Florida. I think. I guess we don't really know yet, but is there a shot that USF pulls this win off and they become, the top non-Power 4 team?
I want to believe. I love the Cinderella stories. I don't think they win. I don't think they do the line. The spread was crazy.
I think it's Miami 17.5 or something.
Yeah, 17.5 right now. To me that's disrespectful. And just like, does it even count as a road game if you're a Florida team traveling to Florida? Like, does it even count? I mean, like, everyone got recruited probably all by the same schools. I just like
I think Miami is probably a little more prestigious players, but
and then with it being played at Hard Rock, I mean, like, it seems kind of like a neutral site. We talked about it last week. Stadium's 30 minutes from campus.
I do wonder if like USF fans are. I know nothing about their fan base. Like, are they going to travel? Are they going to show out?
They should. I don't think so. I mean,
I would.
Why not? I guess they're South Florida, so I don't know.
I think is it Orlando? That's
Ooh,
not.
I'm not
that's
too
not
sure.
even. That's not even South Florida, is it? What do I know?
Yeah, but this
It's in Tampa.
This USF Miami game is really interesting. I definitely think USF covers. Miami's way better. Obviously, they got Carson Beck. Carson Beck's running that thing now, or like he's running the program now.
Yeah.
Not like he did at Georgia to me, because I feel like it was Kirby and the guys, and then Carson Beck was kind of there, and they just wanted to scapegoat him a lot. I feel like Miami, he's the dude. Like, they don't care what he does, he's the dude. So, with that, I mean, I think it's gonna be a closer game than the 17.5 point spread, but I also think Miami goes and gets it done. But yeah. And also talking about their stadium, I think it's so dumb that we have one of the most historic programs in the nation with Miami playing at Hard Rock. I know it's loud in there. I've heard it's crazy loud in there. It's a great atmosphere. But like, where's the pageantry? And being at your own stadium, you got your locker room.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing with that.
I couldn't imagine like being a Miami student. Like, the game day experience is like being on campus, like, everybody's there. Like, it's just so odd to me that like do they just like pregame at campus and then just like drive 30 minutes to the stadium?
I don't know what they do. I mean, because usually, a lot of people, they'll go to the bars after. But what do you do there? Do y'all go to the bars around there? Like, how do y'all get home? Like, it's a 40. I mean, you gotta put the Lamborghinis on there and walk home 40 minutes. Like, you're cooked.
It's very odd. Is that? Like, we know, that's a school that probably has all the money in the world. Like, is that a conversation? Like, why don't we just, like, build our own stadium? It's so odd for a school that big time to be...
I don't think they have an area in where their campus is to put a stadium.
Yeah, that's...
I think they... I'm not versed in the topic right there, like, in Miami, but... they have to destroy some buildings or something to put a stadium in there for It's Miami.
Yeah,
there's always hype. They got the turnover chain.
I feel like if I was like a recruit, that would be like a huge red flag. Like, are you like we gotta take a 30-minute bus ride to play our home games?
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, oh, it's literally a away game every time.
And then like I'm in Tua's locker. Like, what are we doing?
yeah. What is going on? I don't like how they do that, But that's just how it is. I wonder if they'll change the stadium or anything, but it could. I don't think it'd help their recruits. I don't know if it hurts them, but it would definitely be like a thing of that sucks. When you watch a Miami game, it doesn't feel like you're watching a Miami game. If there's not that feeling that you get when you're watching college football, when you're watching the fans there, when you're watching the students.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they were to have they had a college game day? And if so, like, where do they do that at?
I don't even know what you would have to do for that. You'd probably keep it at the stadium.
Like, if you do it at the stadium, everybody just goes to the stadium, just like hangs out all day. Like, it's very odd to me.
I don't believe that it's a 30-minute drive though. When we looked it up, I think it's a lot longer. Especially like. On a game day, like it's probably very congested. Yeah. To get from here to Norman, it'd probably take you on a good day, probably 30, 40 minutes. On game day, hour plus.
Yeah.
Hour plus. And so I assume it's the same way, but I don't know. On the recruiting thing, I think it would hurt me as a recruit, like not having like the thing that's like mine. It's not like. It doesn't say like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, like all these like legends that have came from Miami, and it's like
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Michael freaking Irving, my dog, my demon. But it is. It's just it's odd. It's interesting. I assume there's a Dan Marino statue there.
Probably, maybe on campus. I don't know.
I think it probably I'm saying at the stadium. I don't know. It'd just be weird. Like at OU, you have Heisman Park. You're walking by all these college legends, and then you're like, oh, like you said, like, oh, Tyreek.
By the way, that was very stupid of me. I didn't realize what I just said. Dan Marino on Miami campus. I take that back.
Yeah, because it's weird. The stadium's not on campus. I don't know, but it would hurt me as a crew. It would definitely just. It wouldn't like. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to Miami because who doesn't want to go to freaking Miami? But no. It'd just be weird, like, this isn't mine. And, like, do they stay? Like, I want to know how early they get to the stadium. And do they have, like, a locker room and, like, stuff there that's theirs? Or, like, are they...
They're just
Or is every game
like
an away game? Or are they always traveling like it's an away game?
They're traveling to their own fans, I guess. I don't know. It's very odd.
It's just very interesting.
All right. Next big game of the week, ranked on ranked matchup. A&M at Notre Dame. I bet on Notre Dame already, and they cooked me. Who do they play? Whenever I bet on them, there's week 1. I don't remember. Anyways, A&M at Notre Dame. I don't really know a lot about either of these teams, other than I did watch Notre Dame and they didn't look that great. Their quarterback's like very mid.
Yeah.
I think A&M takes this game. I don't even know what the line is. I didn't even write it down, but
It's usually close in those games. I mean, they played at Texas A&M last year, and it was a close game. So I mean, I expect a close game between those two schools, but we really don't know what either of them are yet. We know Notre Dame, they competed week 1, but they did ultimately lose the game. But I mean, they're a good team from what we've seen. But I think we are really going to see what Texas A&M is about too. So I think it's going to be a close game. In my opinion, I think Texas A&M's got a good squad. So I think it's going to be a close game. And I think, in my opinion, I think Notre Dame gets it by a touchdown.
yeah, I don't.
Notre Dame -6.5.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. Like, Notre Dame's good. I say A&M, SEC bias. I really don't. I wouldn't bet on A&M. I would not bet real money on A&M.
It's not the worst bet, but they are playing at Notre Dame, correct?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you really got to side with them. I mean, last year, we saw what happened. So we're in for a good game. So got a good slate of college football games this week. So really excited.
Colby, any thoughts on that game? Who you picking?
I don't know. I've been looking at all the games this week. I've been loving I'll talk about it more in the locks, but I love the road underdog. I just like the points. I mean, I think, like you said, Notre Dame's quarterback looked very okay-ish. Very okay-ish. I love Jeremiah Love, the running back. But I don't know. I think Texas A&M, I mean, obviously SEC bias. I If this was in A&M, I would put U.S. currency on A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel just because of the environment. But after watching that one game that Notre Dame lost, they did not look very exciting. And A&M, I feel like they always have a competitive front. Notre Dame, they really weren't running the ball. And so I do think, obviously the line of scrimmage is huge. I think A&M is going to eat them up offensively and defensively on the line. So it'll be very interesting to me to see how far that can take them. I mean, especially if you can get one sack on a third down. I mean, that can potentially flip the whole game.
Alrighty, is there anything else y'all want to cover before we get into the locks? Alright, let's try to make this we'll all three give our locks and then we'll talk about them. I want to make sure that all of the actual picks are in a clip and then we'll talk about them. I usually have like 3 to 5. I only have 2 this week. I really only have 1, but I wanted to add another one in that I thought looked very enticing to me. But my lock of the week is I am betting real money on my Tennessee Vols to beat Georgia. Not picking the points. I'm picking money line. I have to bet on it. If we win, I'm going to make money and a huge Tennessee win. It's going to be a great day. If we lose, I'm going to lose money and we're going to lose the game.
That sounds like a terrible day.
It's going to be a good or a bad day. There's no in between. So huge game. So picking, I said we'll talk about them after. Picking Tennessee to beat Georgia straight out money line, and then I got USF at Miami. I'm not picking them to win, but I am picking the points. They're not going to lose by 17.5.
Yeah, so I kind of have the same lock as you. I have Georgia covering against Tennessee at 4.5, and then I got South Florida covering against Miami as well. And then also going into the NFL, I got the Commanders tonight on Thursday covering against Green Bay. So
I'm a big fan of the underdogs here. I really love Vanderbilt. I love Daniel Pavia. He gets me going. Or Diego Pavia. He gets me.
Who are they
fired up.
playing?
South Carolina at South Carolina. Heard it gets rowdy. 6:45 game. South Carolina 3.5. I don't know. I mean, I really think this is a game where Vanderbilt can go and chalk the run and win it. So I like Vanderbilt plus 3.5. I really like A&M, like I just said. A&M at plus 6.5. And last one, to piggyback off you, I do like UCF. I don't think they're going to get blown out.
Okay, cool. What is your If you got to pick one of those, what's your most confident one?
Probably A&M. I
Are you
would do outright, outright money line on A&M, but I obviously would love six extra bonus points.
Yeah.
I'll probably do. I'm gonna lay A&M
Brooks, you?
points.
Yeah, I think the biggest one for me is definitely USF covering that spread. Yeah, that's probably my biggest one.
Agreed. Somewhat. I would be my favorite bet, but obviously, huge game for Tennessee Vols. We're gonna shock Vegas. We're gonna make the people who are telling Brooks lose money, and we're going to set up. We're gonna be coming into the OU game undefeated. So y'all do y'all part. We'll do ours, and we're gonna have a top 8 SEC matchup at Neyland. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
That'll be a good one. I also forgot to include OU. I forgot to include OU's lock. That game's so free. The line needs to be 30. No backdoor cover. Disgusting. It's gonna be a blowout.
I do like what you said about Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's got a good squad. I'm actually going to go see them next weekend play. So that's it's gonna be
Where at?
family weekend at Vanderbilt. So I'm gonna go down there, and it's gonna be I've heard the environment's crazy down there, and they got their stadium all finished up there. So it's gonna be awesome to go see a SEC game.
Who are they playing?
I don't remember who they're playing.
I will say I went to the Tennessee Vandy game at Vandy a couple years ago, and that environment was not it.
Yeah,
It was pouring rain. They did. Their stadium was like halfway.
Yeah, it's finished now.
It was a very odd game. It was when Joe Milton was our quarterback.
Oh god.
We won by like 40. It was pretty fun, but
no, they got a squad this year. I mean,
yeah,
Pavia's
they're
big
solid.
time. They had a dude named his name was Skinner, and I played with him on NCAA. Dude's big time. But I don't know if he's still on the team. I watched some of the SEC documentary last year. But yeah, they're playing Georgia State, so it's going to be a blowout. So it's going to be. I mean, that place is going to be rowdy.
I have nightmares about Georgia State. They beat Tennessee in our opener in like 2018 or something. We were like 35-point favorites.
Oh, I've seen that. That's terrible.
They started off our 4-8 or 6-6 season, whatever it was. All right, is there anything NFL wise we should cover, fantasy wise? I'm in 4 leagues.
Same, 4 leagues.
I went 2-2 this week.
1-3.
Right. Any waiver wire pickups that we should be looking at? I am a fan of Calvin Austin personally. There was kind of some debate about who would be the Steelers' wide receiver 2, some Roman Wilson. Calvin Austin looked good. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but somebody's got to get receptions. He was I picked him up in 2 of my leagues this week. And then the Jaguars backup running back, they traded Tank Bigsby. Their backup is Brayshaw Tootin or something. I think he'll get good 8 to 12 points.
I'm getting Quentin Johnson right now. I don't know how he is on the that's a I mean, they had him. I was watching the Chargers versus Chiefs game, and they had him into that offense, and he was their focal point as a wide receiver. He's not dropping passes like he wasn't. He looks confident out there. He's running. They're getting the ball and to him in space. That's what he was doing at TCU. I mean, obviously he's going to be able to moss those dudes in college, but I mean, in the NFL, you got to get to what their main strength is, and I think they really found what it is. The Chargers have of getting him the ball in space and letting him make plays, letting him do misdirections, just getting the athlete the ball however they can. So that's who my waiver wire pickup is of the week.
Colby, you got anybody? Not hitting the waivers? What's
Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he's back. I got him in one of my leagues.
Dude,
gonna rename my team name to just Kyle Pitts. I drafted him 3 years in a row, or however long he's been in the league. I've drafted him that long, and I've been fooled, tricked, bamboozled. But he's back. He's back. Joe Burrow looked like absolute dog water. That was so disappointing to watch. Xavier Worthy not out for the year. I don't think he's going to the IR. That was huge. My team dodged a big one there.
I lost because I played him in one of my leagues.
Started him. Yeah, and then, the Chargers running back, I was sleeping in one of the drafts. Literally.
Omarion Hampton?
Yeah.
I think that's in the league.
Yeah, he
Brooks,
looks
you're in that
good.
league too, right?
Yeah, that's my second round pick.
Yeah, no, I have him in one of I think 2 leagues. He only had like 8 points, but he looks good. He had really tough runs. He might not be the best for fantasy that we are looking at because Justin Herbert is slanging the ball. But yeah, I mean, no, he's big time. He's a big time dude. Amon Aaron Hampton, like he's legit for sure.
Yeah. I'm looking at our league right now. I was trying to figure out. I don't even know. I was trying to figure out who I picked. I picked up Mark Andrews in one. Somebody dropped Mark Andrews in one of my leagues because he had 2 points, but it wasn't that league. But I.
In one league, my defensive strategy is who's playing the Saints this week, and so that one looked good. That one looked good. We're doing it again this week. I think they were playing. I don't know. Maybe the Ravens. Oh, the Niners. Yeah. Whoever plays the Saints.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, the only bad thing about doing that this week is Brock Purdy's hurt. So you got Mac Jones playing against the Saints. So I don't know how. I mean, but the 49ers, they always come out. They're going to go put points up. Whoever has quarterback, they can literally have John, I don't even know, back there, and they usually do good. Yeah. So we'll see, but that is definitely my strategy I've been using is going against the Saints.
I like that. I didn't. Is Rattler starting for them still?
Yeah. I think OU has 6 or 5 starting quarterbacks in the league.
6, 7.
Clip that chat.
All right. Is there anything else y'all want to cover before we wrap it up?
I know you love baseball. The Yankees have been absolutely embarrassed as of recent. I want them to make the playoffs. They don't deserve it. My worst nightmare, Anthony Volpe. He's hurt, so he's going to be sitting out a couple games. Never wish injuries on anyone, but if that's the one way to get him off the field, tough. Take one for the team, bub. But yeah, no, that's all I got. Go Yanks.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off that. I'm a Yankees fan too. I'm definitely a fair weather fan for them. But I've been a fan my whole life. So if you do want to fact check that, I have. But I haven't been. I did see that they were 3rd in the American League. But my main thing to finish off the podcast is Boomer freaking Sooner. The Sooners are back. I don't care if they lose 3 games. They're back. We got a quarterback that can actually like look at a defense and not look at one read and throw the ball. We have a defense. We got everything built up again, how it used to be, how Oklahoma has been. And I think it's an exciting time for the Sooners to have a different identity to the country. And I'm so happy that we have the Sooners back because when we were winning 6 games, losing 7, and we had a good year in between, then we looked terrible last year. You really figure out how important it is, the Sooners, to Oklahoma and to just the fans itself, to yourself, because you're like, this is terrible. Like it's a terrible feeling. So I think everyone is appreciative of the Sooners being back.
I'm appreciative of it, especially as a Tennessee fan because we play each other. By the way, I don't even know. I think it's sometime in November. That podcast is going to be absolutely electric. We have to make some kind of bet where the fan of the losing team has to do something on the pod, wear a clown outfit, something. I don't know. We'll get that figured out. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, I'm excited that the Sooners are back because it's going to makes the SEC better. Love to see it. Go Vols. Baseball wise, obviously I'm a Braves fan. Nothing much to talk about there. Go Vols, huge win this week. People are going to be talking about us as an SEC contender after this week. Watch. I'm going to make money. I'm going to get a huge win. That's all I got to say. Appreciate y'all listening. As always, if you made it this far, you're a real one. And we will see you next week. Peace.